Ghostly tales, yet mirrors of human life. Hey everyone! Welcome to Encountering Chinese, Ghostly Tales from Zhai. Today, I'm going to tell you 3 short stories. The first story is titled Myna Bird. There was a man named Wang Fenbin who once told me a story. In his hometown, there was a man who raised a Myna bird. Every day, this man would teach the Myna bird to speak, and the Myna bird learned exceptionally well. Their relationship was not only close but also involved the Myna bird accompanying him on every journey for many years. One day, as they passed through Jiangzhou and Shaanxi, the man realized that despite being far from home, he had run out of money for the journey. This left the man in distress with no solution. At this moment, the Myna bird said to him, "Why don't you sell me? If you take me to the royal residence, you'll surely get a good price. This way, you won't have to worry about the journey back home." The man replied, "How can I bear to sell you?" The Myna bird reassured him, saying, "It's okay. Once you have the money, immediately leave the royal residence, and wait for me under the big tree 20 miles west of the city." Following the Myna bird's advice, the man brought the Myna bird to the busiest street in the city. They engaged in a conversation in front of the crowd, and people, curious about the spectacle, gathered around. A eunuch in service to the royal family noticed and promptly reported the incident to the prince. The prince summoned the man and expressed his desire to buy the Myna bird. The man, with a pained expression, told the prince, "This Myna bird and I are inseparable. I can't bear to sell it." The prince then asked the Myna bird, "Do you want to stay?" The Myna bird replied, "I want to stay." Delighted, the prince asked, "How much do you want for him?" The Myna bird said, "Give him 10 silver coins, don't give him more." The prince, feeling fortunate, happily handed over 10 silver coins to the man, who left with an intentionally troubled demeanor. After the man left, the prince started conversing with the Myna bird, and the bird responded cleverly. The prince ordered his servants to feed the bird meat. After finishing the meal, the Myna bird said to the prince, "I want to take a bath." The prince commanded his servants to prepare a golden basin with water, opened the cage, and let the Myna bird bathe. After the bath, the Myna bird flew to the roof, groomed its feathers with its beak, and chatted incessantly with the prince. After a while, when its feathers were dry, the Myna bird gracefully took flight, using the local Shaanxi accent to bid the prince farewell. "I'm taking my leave." In the blink of an eye, the Myna bird disappeared without a trace. The prince and his courtiers were left astonished, looking up in disbelief. Frantically, the prince sent people to search for the man, but in the end, not a single trace of him was found. Later, a person who went to Shaanxi saw the man with his Myna bird in the bustling market of Xi'an. The second story is titled Proclamation to Ghosts. In the city of Qingzhou, there was a Shangshu named Shi Maohua. When he was still a candidate in the imperial examinations, there existed a large pond outside the city gates that, despite the lack of rainfall, never dried up. Edo County had previously captured dozens of notorious bandits, sentencing them to death, and the executions took place near this persistent water pond. Strangely, the spirits of these executed bandits lingered, gathering to harm the local residents. Anyone passing by the pond was at risk of being dragged into the water by these vengeful spirits. One day, a person fell victim to a ghostly attack while passing by the pond. In the midst of the peril, he heard the spirits panicking and shouting, "Shi Mao Hua is coming." Soon after, Shi Mao Hua arrived at the pond, and the attacked individual recounted the eerie encounter to him. Following this, Shi Mao Hua used lime to write a proclamation on the wall. The proclamation read, "I, Shi Mao Hua, issue this announcement to forbid the malevolent activities of ghosts. Having investigated, I found that you harbored malicious intentions during your human lives, provoking the wrath of the heavens. The capital punishment you received in your past lives was a consequence of your deceitful schemes. Now, you should repent for the sins committed in your lifetime. Perhaps you can cleanse the stains of wickedness from your dry bones and escape the current abyss of suffering." However, even after facing such extreme punishment in life, you persist in congregating and causing harm. As spirits, you often suddenly appear before people in disarray, sometimes intentionally lingering near the locals, pounding your chests and wailing, emitting horrifying screams. Your bodies are long buried underground, yet you dare to venture into the human realm, engaging in malevolent tricks in broad daylight. Understand that the 3 feet around your graves are still under the jurisdiction of humanity. How can you continue such mischief in this vast world? I formally notify you that, upon seeing this proclamation, you must immediately cease your activities, refraining from further malevolence in the mortal realm. As spirits, you must settle down, awaiting the cycle of reincarnation. Only then can your souls return to the hometown and appear in the dreams of your loved ones. Should you persist in your wrongful ways and continue harming others, you will undoubtedly pay a painful price for your actions. Surprisingly, after the proclamation was posted, there were no more reports of ghostly disturbances in the Qingzhou region. Furthermore, the water in the large pond finally dried up. The third story is titled, Clay Ghost. My fellow townsman, Tang Jiwu, served in the Hanlin Academy. When he was only a few years old, he was once brought by a cousin to play in a temple. Tang Jiwu, known for his open-mindedness and boldness from a young age, saw clay ghost statues with large and bright glass eyes in the temple. Enamored by the beautiful glass eyes, Tang Jiwu secretly used his fingers to pry them out and concealed them in his pocket, bringing them home. Upon arriving home with his cousin, the cousin suddenly seemed to fall ill. Initially silent on the ground, after a while, he abruptly sat up and sternly said to Tang Jiwu, "Why did you pluck out my eyes?" He then began to clamor and shout in distress. The family members were unaware of what had happened, and Tang Jiwu confessed to his misdeed in the temple. Consequently, the whole family faced the cousin's body, praying and saying, "The child is ignorant and playfully harmed your eyes. Please do not blame him, and we will return them immediately." Only then did the cousin loudly declare, "If that's the case, I won't cause trouble. I'm leaving." After saying this, the cousin collapsed to the ground, seemingly unconscious. After a good while, he finally regained consciousness, but when questioned about what he had said earlier, he seemed bewildered. The family hurriedly returned to the temple and reinstalled the clay ghost statue's glass eyes into their sockets. In the story's conclusion, the author adds a commentary. He says, "The clay ghost actually had the audacity to enter homes and demand its eyes back, demonstrating its remarkable efficacy. However, since it was Tang Jiwu who plucked out its eyes, why did it vent its anger on Tang Jiwu's cousin? Perhaps this is because Tang Jiwu was destined for an official position with a noble status, and his straightforward nature played a role. Judging by his later actions of speaking candidly and retiring to the southern mountains, even deities might fear him, let alone a mere clay ghost." Alright. That's all for today's ghostly tales. Myna Bird, Proclamation to Ghosts, and Clay Ghost. If you enjoyed it, please give it a thumbs up and subscribe. Please also encourage everyone to comment and share more. We'll see you in the next episode.